Frank Adler lives a quiet life away from the spotlight, raising his 7-year-old niece Mary after a tragic loss changed both of their lives forever. To the outside world, Frank looks like an ordinary man struggling to take care of a child, but inside their small home is a secret that makes Mary different from everyone around her. From the very beginning, it becomes clear that Mary is not an ordinary child. On her first day at school, she quickly catches the attention of her teacher because of the way she thinks and solves problems. While the other students are learning basic mathematics, Mary is already understanding concepts far beyond her age. She doesn't just memorize answers, she sees patterns and connections that most people never notice. However, Frank is not interested in turning Mary into a science experiment. He knows exactly what happened to her mother, Diane, who was also a brilliant mathematician. Diane spent her entire life chasing a difficult mathematical problem, and Frank believes that the pressure destroyed her happiness. Because of this, he wants Mary to have something her mother never had: a normal childhood. Frank encourages Mary to play with other children, make friends, and experience life outside of books and equations. But Mary's intelligence is impossible to hide. Her teacher notices that she is far ahead of everyone else and believes she deserves special attention. Frank begins to face a difficult choice: should he protect Mary's childhood, or should he allow her incredible talent to grow? When Mary returns to school, her intelligence creates problems because she does not fit into an ordinary classroom. She becomes frustrated because the lessons are too easy, and she begins questioning why she has to pretend not to know things that are obvious to her. Her teacher Bonnie realizes that Mary is not being difficult, she is simply operating at a level far beyond the other students. Instead of punishing her, Bonnie tries to understand her. She sees a child who is incredibly gifted but also needs guidance and emotional support. Frank worries that people will only see Mary's intelligence and forget that she is still a young girl. He protected from pressure, or should she be given every opportunity to become the genius she was born to be? As tensions rise, Frank realizes that woman who believes that gifted children should be pushed to reach their maximum potential. To her, Mary is not just a normal child with a special ability, she is a once-in-a-generation mathematical mind that must be protected and developed. Evelyn looks at Mary and sees the future of mathematics. She believes that allowing Mary to attend a regular school is a mistake because it prevents her from reaching her true potential. In Evelyn's mind, Frank is being selfish by keeping Mary away from advanced education. But Frank sees things differently. He remembers what happened to Mary's mother, Diane. Diane was also a brilliant mathematician, but the pressure placed on her became overwhelming. Frank believes that Evelyn's obsession with achievement played a role in Diane losing the happiness she deserved. For Frank, Mary is not a project or a chance to continue someone else's unfinished dream. She is a little girl who deserves love, stability, and the freedom to choose her own future. The disagreement eventually leads to a custody battle. Frank knows that fighting Evelyn will not be easy because she has money, influence, and a strong argument. She can show the court that Mary's intelligence requires special attention and that she may have better opportunities under her care. As the legal battle begins, Frank's entire relationship with Mary is questioned. The court must decide whether Frank's way of raising her is truly protecting her or whether he is preventing her from becoming what she was meant to be. Meanwhile, Mary begins to understand that something serious is happening between the adults around her. Although she is extremely intelligent, she is still a child who wants the two people she loves to stop fighting. She does not want to be the reason her family is divided. As the custody battle continues, more people begin to recognize just how extraordinary Mary really is. Her ability is not just about solving difficult problems quickly. She has a rare understanding of mathematics that even many adults cannot match. But behind her intelligence is a young girl who still needs someone to guide her emotionally. Frank understands something that Evelyn does not: being gifted does not mean Mary is ready to carry the weight of the world. The pressure begins affecting everyone. Frank worries that the court will focus only on Mary's talent and ignore the emotional connection they share. He knows that Evelyn can provide opportunities, but he questions whether she can provide the warmth and freedom Mary needs. The situation becomes even more complicated when Frank's own decisions are examined. The court looks into his past and questions whether he has made the right choices as Mary's guardian. Every mistake he has made becomes a weapon that can be used against him. Despite everything happening around her, Mary continues showing moments of incredible brilliance. Her mind works differently from everyone else's, but her heart remains that of a child who wants a normal life. Frank realizes that loving Mary means making difficult sacrifices. Sometimes protecting someone does not mean giving them everything they want immediately, sometimes it means fighting for what they truly need. The battle between Frank and Evelyn is not simply about custody. It represents two completely different ideas about raising a gifted child. Evelyn believes greatness comes from discipline, pressure, and opportunity. Frank believes happiness, love, and freedom are just as important as success. As the courtroom battle gets closer, Frank prepares himself for the possibility that he may lose the person he has spent years protecting. But he refuses to give up because, to him, Mary is not a genius first. She is family. As the custody case moves forward, Frank realizes that the fight is becoming bigger than he expected. He is no longer just arguing with Evelyn, he is fighting against a system that sees Mary's intelligence before it sees her emotions. In court, Evelyn presents her argument clearly. She believes Mary is too talented to live an ordinary life. She explains that children with extraordinary abilities need extraordinary opportunities, and she believes Frank is holding Mary back by refusing to let her study at a higher level. Frank listens as people discuss Mary as if she is a problem that needs to be solved. They talk about her future, her potential, and her heartbreaking because the one thing he feared most has happened: he has been separated from the child he raised. Mary struggles with the change as well. Although she is surrounded by people who want the best for her, she feels lost without Frank. The people around her can understand her intelligence, but Frank is the person who understands her heart. During this difficult period, Frank starts looking deeper into Diane's unfinished mathematical work. He discovers that the problem Mary's mother was working on was far more important than anyone realized. Diane did not simply fail to complete it, she made a decision that reveals how much she cared about her daughter. This discovery forces Frank to reconsider everything he thought he knew. He begins to understand that Diane's greatest concern was never just mathematics. Like him, she wanted to protect Mary from being consumed by expectations.